How's it going, guys? My name is Helmsy. Same hat, different day. You know the drill. This is going to be our first viewer vlog video where I just pretty much answer your comments, your questions, and stuff like that you left on one of my previous videos, which I am very gracious to have a subscriber base like you guys who, whenever I want to do something that I'm probably not big enough to do, big enough of a YouTube channel to do, you guys step in and you guys make it happen, which is awesome. I mean, as of the time of this recording, I have 52 subscribers, which isn't enough usually to do something like a viewer video where you guys leave comments and I reply to those comments, answer your questions, stuff like that. So thank you guys for that, for all your support. I really do appreciate it, and the channel is growing extremely quick. I am so happy with that. Again, thank you. So on to our first question, actually, right before that. In the comments of a couple videos, some people who have requested an apartment tour, I haven't actually answered you yet. We will be doing an apartment tour. It is coming up. I have it scheduled, so if everything goes as planned, it should be here within about a week. Again, posting about 2 videos a day, doing my best to do so anyway, leaves me with, very little time for other things, but I do have it scheduled, and we are going to get to it eventually. Now, our first comment is from Gummy Shark. Why did you start playing WoW is what he wants to know. This kind of goes back to my early childhood. I've been around video games all my life, mainly computer games, I guess, all my life. So it started off whenever I was about 3 years old, when I would sit with my grandfather whenever he would play video games. And we would, he would play, I would watch. Eventually, like a year went by or something like that, and he asked me if I wanted to control combat. So in this case, we were playing a game kind of like Asteroids, where you fly around and you shoot. So he flew around and I shot. As you can imagine, exactly what I did. I just button smashed the same key and he aimed. It was super easy, but after that, I eventually got into my own games from watching him play. Him and his wife, both my grandparents on my father's side, bought me my very first laptop, which I did gaming on, starting off with Stronghold. Huge fan of Stronghold. To this day, I love Stronghold. I hope that Stronghold kind of makes a comeback. If you don't know what Stronghold is, it's an RTS, a medieval-based RTS, where you kind of you start from nothing and you build your base just like any other RTS, but as opposed to building units, you actually build like the items for those units to use. So it's actually a pretty cool thing, and I really hope that it comes back here pretty soon, because I will definitely be playing it, and I will definitely have it on the channel for you guys. Right after that, I started playing a game called Battle Realms, which was another RTS. It was extremely gory for, I was like an 8-year-old at the time or something like that. Actually, I think I was younger than that. I think I was 7 or something like that when I played it. And I got my gaming PC when I was 10. So at this point, I was either playing on my parents' computer or on my grandfather's computer. Then after that, I played a game that you guys might know called Warcraft 3, and as most of you guys are kind of aware, the rest is history. I played Warcraft 3, fell in love with the story, fell in love with the mechanics of the game, all of that stuff. I found out that there was another one called World of Warcraft. I didn't know that it wasn't an RTS at the time, so I saved up money, and I actually started playing World of Warcraft at the age of 9. So the way that I afforded that $15 a month membership was I refereed soccer. So I refereed soccer to pay for a World of Warcraft membership. I've played it ever since I was 9. It's by far my favorite game I've ever played. It is so good, and that's actually how I kind of got into WoW. To take the long path to explain things, as opposed to just being like, oh yeah, I play Warcraft 3. That's how. Yeah, I still play Warcraft 3 to this day. I love the game. It's awesome. Lucky Alice says, do you plan on doing more collabs and videos with friends? Also, he says, keep up the good work. First of all, thank you for that. Keep up the good work, man. That means a lot, especially for my small little channel that I'm doing. Got to build it up and everything like that. So it has been a fun ride so far, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Do you actually plan on doing a ton of collabs and a ton of viewer videos? In fact, I actually have some really cool collabs that are set up both on World of Warcraft and a few other games. So one really cool thing that I will go ahead and mention is I recently joined a group. I recently joined a guild, actually, a World of Warcraft guild on the Horde side called the Horde Empire. Now, what the Horde Empire specializes in is world PvP, and I actually documented them in one of their raids on Stormwind. I will put the video in the description, but they got a hold of that video, posted it to their Facebook page. One of their officers reached out to me, talked to me for a second, and one thing led to another, and I was like, can I come join your guild and do some cool stuff with you guys for Legion? They're like, heck yes, let's do this. Long story short, these guys have 5,000 active members in the guild. They are the largest guild in World of Warcraft, which is crazy. There is never a dull moment. The leadership of this guild is just impeccable. It is great. I've loved every minute of it, and I can't wait to see what they do for the upcoming expansion. We're only a week into this expansion, so there's so much left to see, but they're gonna really get into it. I'm gonna do a lot more videos with them. In fact, I think tomorrow I'm recording one where we go through and do some dungeons to gear up. So it's gonna be really cool to do some videos with these guys. Plus, they're massive world PvP guys, and that's absolutely what I love about the game, or what I used to love about the game. So hopefully they can start up some world PvP, which it looks like Legion's gonna have a ton of world PvP in it. To move on to the viewer games that I would like to do. So I only have 52 subs, and I would love to do viewer games. The biggest problem with it anyways, is that I only have 52 subs, meaning that it's going to be kind of hard to set up viewer games with people, because I don't know if they have PCs, because that's the only way that I play. I'm assuming they do, but I don't know if they have time to come and play with me and all that stuff. If you want to do a viewer game, comment below. Just let me know if you want to do a viewer game, and I will private message you the Discord link, and we can chat it up on there. Maybe find a time to do a viewer game, and if we do a viewer game of whatever kind, I kind of jotted some notes here. I said, Heroes of the Storm custom game. If you guys play World of Warcraft, we could do war games, some StarCraft 2, golf with friends, gang beasts. There's plenty of other things that we could do too, and I'm open to all of it. I think it'd be pretty fun to do. Our next question comes from your mom, who asks, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Siri, what the? Hey Siri. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck as much as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Alex.
My name's not Alex. My name's Christian. Not sure what's up with Siri, but she did answer our question, so that is good. Hopefully that's good enough for you, your mom. By the way, your mom is actually a person that I know named Taylor. I don't know why I told you guys that. That was kind of odd. Anyway, our next question comes from Ulfus the Pharaoh Druid, who, again, I have a collab set up with, and we've actually done a collab in the past. We've actually done a video where we did Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter. We do have more collabs that we would like to do. However, it's going to be a little bit in the future, as our schedules are a little bit fudged. He works at night, I work in the morning, or I go to school in the morning, and then I kind of work in the afternoon for the software company, and I do some other stuff, so things are kind of busy right now. He and I are going to hit up some collabs here pretty soon, hopefully, because we're both huge PvP fans, and we usually have a lot of fun whenever we're together. He asks, what is your all-time favorite class? It could be Feral Druid from MoP. It does not have to be current. My answer to you is I loved Mistweaver Monks for the first probably 6 months they were out before they actually got nerfed. The reason why is because they had insane mobility. They could teleport, they had AoE disarm, they had a ranged disarm also, and then they had an ability, I don't know if you guys remember it or if you were around when it came out, but they had an ability called something like Healing Orb, and all you had to do is you could place these orbs on the ground, and they took very little mana, very little time. All it took was a global cooldown. It took no cast time. All it took was a global cooldown. Put these things down. You can do it while you move. They would heal for a ton. So all you had to do, again, keep in mind they have insane mobility. All you had to do was get away from somebody, drop a couple of these things on the ground, top yourself off, and keep going. Now, say you get rooted or something like that. All you had to do is do this ability right under your feet, and it would heal you completely. So unless you were either stunned or caught in a blanket silence, there was absolutely no way you could die. It took forever to kill you. It was the biggest pain in the ass to kill you. But that was probably my favorite. There are, of course, multiple other ones that you can do, multiple other classes, that is. Death Knights were super overpowered whenever they came out, and then the most overpowered class that ever come out, or ever be available at a time, was Retribution Paladins for the first, I want to say, like 24 hours of Wrath of the Lich King or something like that, or whenever the Wrath of the Lich King raid actually dropped, Icecrown Citadel, whenever that dropped, they also received a buff to their Divine Shield, so that Divine Shield was only on something like a 20-second cooldown, and it lasted for 18 seconds, meaning that they only had a 2-second window to be killed, and then if they weren't killed in that 2-second window, or stunned, or, whatever else, no, actually not even stunned, because they could pop that bubble through stuns, sheeps, anything like that. So they only had a 2-second window to get killed, and if they didn't, they could just pop that bubble, heal themselves up. Oh, and it also didn't reduce damage that they put out by 50%. It was just a normal bubble that they could just wreck people through. So that was the most overpowered class in WoW. My favorite, again, was the Monk. I know I kind of went off on a tangent. I apologize for that. Alright, so we have another question from Gummy Shark, or Gummy, I don't remember what he is in the comment. I believe it's Gummy Shark. I don't know, he'll be up here. I'll put him up here. He'll be right there. His comment will be right there. I think it's just Gummy. I don't recall. I've known him for a while. I play World of Warcraft with him. It used to be Gummy Shark, so I'm not sure what it is now. He asked, what is the first class that you played in World of Warcraft? And Gummy, it's funny because you've actually played with the first character that I've ever played with in World of Warcraft, and it was a druid. It is my current druid that I have on Alterac Mountains Alliance side, named Tyrla Doria. Tyrla Doria is, or at least was, my main for the majority of Warlords of Draenor, and I still consider her to be my main for my Alliance side. Tyrla Doria has actually been around since, I want to say, like, late vanilla. I want to say she wasn't ever capped. I think she's been around that long. She's been around for a long ass time. First character I ever made, I made her when I was 9. She was actually a he until recently. Sex change. I changed her from a night elf male. Whenever I thought I was gonna main horde, I switched him to a troll female, and then I felt like a betrayer, especially at my first tune, because it was Tyrla Doria, that I changed. It was my very first tune I ever made, and so I felt bad, so I switched the troll druid back to my normal realm as a night elf female. Confusing, I don't know why I went through that whole process, but anyway, she was my first character that I ever played in World of Warcraft. Played all specs for druid. I've been somewhat decent at all specs for druid. I used to play Boomkin, Feral, and this is all Warlords of Draenor, Boomkin, Feral, and Resto, and it was a lot of fun, and I actually wasn't bad at Boomkin or Feral. Now I play Rogues, so similar to Feral, I guess. I'll eventually get back into her. I'll eventually get back into Tyrla Doria. A lot of people just called me Ty whenever I played. I had a good friend named Fast Eddie who would call me that, and we PvP'd constantly, so he was kind of a big inspiration for that. Anyway, guys, that is going to be about it for the first viewer video. It took freaking forever to go through these questions. I was afraid that it was going to be like a 5-minute video, and here we are at I've actually recorded this video so far for 19 minutes, so it won't be that long for you guys. I'll shave it down to hopefully it probably won't be 10 because there's a lot of stuff in here. Anyway, I'll shave it down. Thank you guys for letting me do a viewer video. It was a lot of fun. If you guys have any more questions, you can put them in the description here, and I'll answer them for you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Peace.